Speaking of Mahomes, Chiefs at the Dolphins. This is our last early game. The Chiefs open up set -7.5. It's still -7.5 in some sports books, but it's dropped to 7 in others. It looks like the sharps are on the Dolphins. So who do you like in this game?
I am also on the Dolphins, not for a huge amount because I don't like betting against Patrick Mahomes, but it did work last week. So that was a positive, and albeit terrifying at first. You dip your toe in the pool and you're like, I guess I'm going to do this, and you don't know how you're going to come out, but worked out. But I just think this game's going to be tougher for the Chiefs than some are anticipating. The Dolphins have a great secondary, so they might be able to contain some of Kansas City's weapons. I get it. Patrick Mahomes can turn anyone into a weapon, and he can get anyone open because he can just run around, wait for someone to be open or throw someone open with ridiculous throws. He can do it all, but I think that Brian Flores is going to have something cooked up for him that's going to make it a little bit difficult for him to move this ball against the Dolphins defense. So I think that they can contain Mahomes. So then it all comes down to, will they be able to move the ball on offense? I think it's possible. I don't think the Chiefs defense is great. I think they're solid, but I think Tua has been good, and he hasn't turned the ball over. That's been his big thing. He doesn't have an interception yet. Through 5 starts, and he's only lost a fumble once. So, while he doesn't always, make big downfield plays, he's had some good games. Last game, he was very, very solid, and I think he showed some improvement, and he just doesn't make mistakes. Whenever he throws jump balls up, he puts it where only his receiver can get it. So I'm a fan of the Dolphins in this one. I think it could be a letdown spot for the Chiefs. They're playing the Saints next week, and I don't think they're necessarily going to overlook the Dolphins, but they might look ahead and say, oh, the Saints, they're the best team in the NFC. We're the best team in the AFC right now. That's going to be that could be a Super Bowl preview type thing. And, Andy Reid's good enough that he's going to keep his guys focused, but I think they may not take the Dolphins quite as seriously as they should, because they're led by one of the best coaches in the league right now. Brian Flores has proven to be a star. So I'm going to be on the Dolphins for 1 unit. I liked it better when they were -7.5. So hopefully that number may rear its head again. But even still, I like them enough. They're 9-3 against the spread, which is best in the NFL. So you can't really go wrong with Brian Flores right now.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I like the Dolphins a lot as well. I like the Dolphins. I actually like them more than you do. This is going to be probably a 4-unit pick for me. The Chiefs have only scored 27 and 22 points the past couple of games, and that's something the Bears would love on a weekly occasion, like an inept team like that offensively. But that's pretty low for the Chiefs, and they haven't really done that well, relatively, compared to their overall talent level against the better defenses they face. And I think a reason for that is because they're missing 2 offensive linemen. They're still down 2 blockers, and they're just not pass protecting as well. And that's the reason why they only scored 27 points against the Buccaneers. Remember that first quarter onslaught with Tyreek Hill? they were on pace for 800 yards each. It was insane. But they got stuck on 27 because some drives stalled in the second half because they couldn't pass protect, and Mahomes had to get rid of the ball. And I remember one drive where it was 3 plays in a row he had to throw it out of bounds because he was under heavy duress. And the Dolphins get great pressure on the quarterback. They cover extremely well. They have 2 talented cornerbacks to take away his receivers. And what you said is right. Mahomes can turn anyone into a weapon, and Travis Kelce has a nice matchup in this game. So the Chiefs are going to score. I think they're going to score in the mid-20s. But if that's true, I don't think that's good enough to cover, because the Dolphins should be able to score. The Chiefs aren't that good against the run, and the Dolphins can run well. They haven't covered that well either. I mean, look at what Derek Carr did to them a few weeks ago, and also Tom Brady in garbage time in the second half. They didn't really have to worry about that with Drew Lock, but I think they will with Tua. Tua hasn't been great or anything, but he has Devontae Parker, he has Mike Gesicki, who's throwing to now. I just think the Dolphins should be able to cover the spread because the Chiefs aren't going to score as many points as people think they will with their 2 injured offensive linemen. So I mean, give me the Dolphins +7 for sure.
Yeah, the back door is absolutely wide open, because you're talking about if the Chiefs are winning late by 13, 14 points, something along those lines, you're positioned perfectly for Tua to have a drive where the Chiefs are like, all right, let him run out most of the rest of the clock and get in the end zone. We'll take the win and go focus on New Orleans. So back door is going to be wide open in this one. And that's if Miami can't limit the Chiefs offense, which, like you stated, I think they have a chance at doing.
Yeah, Brian Flores, like I said, he's done a great job, and I think you're right. He's going to have something that Mahomes hasn't seen, and like Mahomes is eventually going to overcome it. And the Chiefs are going to probably win this game, but I don't think they're going to cover the touchdown.